Hi, welcome back to the GloriaAndJan YouTube channel. So today I'm actually going to be doing some urban legends from the Philippines. I know that I'm not with Jan, but me and Jan's work schedules are completely sort of the opposite, so we can't really film all the time together. Hopefully we'll be able to film a video together on Sunday, but let's start right into the video. The first story is actually called, probably going to pronounce this bad, like wrong, so I'm sorry you guys, the Tikbalang, and basically it's a thing that's half human, half horse, I think it is. It has a head shape of a horse, and then it also has hooves on its feet of like a horse, but then the body is of a human. But basically they say that he's really disproportional. His body size is all different. His his legs are so long that if you were to squat down, like the top of his knees would sort of reach almost his head, like, or surpass his head, of how, you know, lanky he is of a person. So basically he lives in the forest, and they say that these creatures, they say that they usually are sort of mischievous or a little bit on trying to mess with you, as a, you know, if you're out there in the forest. They say that sometimes they make you loop around into the same places that you've already passed multiple times. A lot of people think of them just as being mischievous and, like, you know, messing with people, but some people do think that they are a little bit malevolent. They are a little bit, you know, not on the nicest side, but basically they say that the only way that you can get away from them and actually be able to leave the forest, because since they're messing with you so much, you would have to grab your clothes, put it all, like all of your clothes inside out, and wear it that way, and that'd be the only way to for them to leave you alone. And they say that another way that you could do it also is by asking for permission for you to be able to go into the forest, or if you also give them, I think, like a little, almost if you do like a little ritual thing. And another thing you can do by to like allow them, not allow them, so that you could be able to roam freely without them actually like attacking you or doing anything like that, would be, like I said, ask for permission. Or the other one would be to be very, very quiet and not make a lot of noise. They do think that sometimes these things, the tikbalang, they think, I'm sorry again if I'm pronouncing it wrong, they say that usually some people, they think that they are guardians of the elemental kingdom, and that that's the reason that they're there. They're trying to protect the biggest trees there. So that's sort of that story. The second story, again, I might pronounce this wrong, the manan manangal, I think that's how you pronounce it. So basically it's it's a woman. She's like, they say that she's usually in around, she's a little bit older, so she's not a young looking lady, but she's a little bit older, and they say that she usually prays at night. And the way for her to do like, you know, going and getting people, because what she does is she actually attacks women in their sleep that have babies in their bellies, or she goes after infants, but they say that that's usually who she goes and prays after, like it's pregnant women and infant, like, so little babies. And they said the only way that she can go and hunt is by her, she's able to separate her body in half. So basically from her torso up, she's able to fly out and do everything that she does to hunt. And then the bottom part, which would be from her torso down, she actually needs to leave it at a specific place, almost hiding, and then she has to come back for it before before dawn, so before the sun comes out. Because if she doesn't get back to her body, she actually dissolves, like she just can't survive without the other half of her body, but she has to do it before the sun rises. But they say that usually how she does that, she will, like I said, she separates herself, she hides that other half of her, and then that's how she's able to get these her wings to start flying, and they look almost like bat wings. And they say that she usually will go into like the houses and stuff like that, but they say that sometimes she goes usually up on the roof of the houses, and that she has a really long tongue that she can get through like spaces, and just basically poke the womb of the woman that is pregnant and be able to take that child. And that's usually how she does her huntings. She also sometimes does prey on lonely men that are out there alone. She usually takes them back to wherever she wants to take them. Usually it's in the forest, and they say that she usually devours their soul, or she eats them alive. They usually say that the only way to get away from her is actually to go and find the other half of her, so that from torso down, so her legs, go and find it, and you can either put garlic, ash, or salt on the half where it separates, like on her So basically on her like open, like how do you say, explain that, like the open, you know, it's cut in half, so that part of the body where she's gonna have to connect again, to put that in, that way she can't, because it's gonna be like painful for her, she won't be able to connect back again, or it is to steal that and take it somewhere else, because then she won't be able to find it, because she needs to have it before the sun, you know, rises up again. So the story number 3 would be the headless priest. And actually the reason that this priest is, they usually see him beheaded, a lot of the Filipino people do believe it is because of the Filipino revolutionaries, or also from the Japanese soldier, oh my god, I can't speak, from the Japanese soldiers in World War II. And so a lot of people do think that that's the reason that you might sometimes see a priest without his head, because of that's usually, you know, during times of war and stuff like that, people become unalived. But they do say that these headless priests usually show up in schools, cemeteries, and churches, and usually it looks like they're looking for something, which a lot of people do think that they are looking for their heads. But they usually sometimes hear them with like chains. That's sort of a sound that they hear when they see, I don't think they see chains, but they see this priest without his head. And the reason that they say that usually you see them around churches, schools, and graveyards, it's because the priests were usually the ones that during the Spanish era, the Spanish would be a Spanish era, over the Spanish that were conquering, the priests were usually the ones that were teaching the kids and leading, you know, the church. So, but yeah, that's all I have for today, you guys. I feel like that one was really cool, the headless priest, just because not because of you know, colonization or like that, but I find it really cool because in Central America, I feel like it has a lot of, like, they intertwine a lot, and the reason I say that is because a lot of Central American countries also have myths, or they have these legends of seeing priests without their heads, and each of the different countries have different, like, meanings behind it, or they also have just a different version of a headless priest. So if you guys want to know more about that, you guys can just comment down below that you guys want to hear more about that, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification button so you guys can be updated whenever we post a new video, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!